so this video is going to teach you how to oil your valves, okay? The things you'll need for oiling your valves are one of two things of valve oil, all right? So this one has a little needle that you'll use to apply directly onto like your valves. This other one doesn't have the little needle. Both of them are great. This one like is for fine details. This one is just for general oiling, okay? So I'm going to grab my French horn, all right? And you'll see I have my rotary valves right here. You press them down and this part moves, right? So now, here's how you oil these valves. Okay, you're gonna move your slides, okay? And really the slides that you're gonna take out are just gonna be these slides on the front, okay? And whenever you take out a slide, what you're gonna do is you're gonna press the valve down. So I'm gonna press down this valve, and you're gonna take out the corresponding slide. So like every valve has a slide that's attached to it, right? So this bank of slides is for your first valve. This is for your second valve. This is for your third valve. To oil the trigger, you would take out this slide, okay? So now going back to oiling our valves, I'm gonna press down this first valve. I'm gonna pull out this slide, okay? So you may have to wiggle it out. In another video, I'm gonna show you exactly how to grease your slides if you're having issues with your slides, okay? I'm going to set my valve down, my slide down, and I'm going to pick up my valve oil, okay? So what you do is you open up the valve oil, open, check, okay? And then you're going to turn this around, and what you're going to do is put the little drops of valve oil, not a whole lot. If you put too much in there, you'll know because when you're playing, you'll be able to smell the oil and you'll be able to taste the oil. So you want to do just a little bit, just a little dab will do, just like when you're using glue. All right, so we got our valve oil, pressing my valve down. And then I'm just going to put a little oil in there, okay? And then I would put a little bit more this time without pressing the valve down. Just put it in there, and then just wiggle it. And you'll know that it's getting better because it's a little bit smoother, okay? All right, so once you've done that, you go ahead and pick back up the slide. You press the valve down. This slide is going to go in this way. So I'm going to put my slide back on. And I'm good to go, okay? Now this valve is a little noisy, so that's why you're still hearing that, but there's oil on the valve, okay? And then I would just do the same step for the other two valves. So I'm gonna take this one out, second valve, gonna put my oil in, and then this time I'm not gonna press the valve down because on this valve I want the oil to kind of be sucked in when I press the valve down. So listen for this pop sound. Okay, and this is a little bit better. So this one's a little smoother, it's a little quieter than this one was. You can hear how loud that one is. And then this valve, I'm gonna put some oil on, press the valve down to take the slide out. Slide is out, gonna set it over here. All right, then what I'm gonna do, put more oil on. And like I did the last one, I'm not gonna press the valve down. I'm just going to put the slide back in, and then that'll suck in some of the oil to make it move a little smoother. Okay, so these valves are good to go. You can hear them. This one's still a little noisy, okay? So I've oiled my three valves on the front. Gonna do my trigger, all right? And for the trigger, again, you just need to put it on this side. If you put it in this slide, it goes somewhere else, so it won't do anything to help the trigger move, okay? So you just put your oil on there, a few little drops. Gonna put the slide back on. And then press my trigger down. And this is good too, okay? So I've oiled all my valves. You can see that they move very, very well, okay? So now if you're oiling with this, if you have this kind of valve oil, you can still do the same process. You can use this fine-tuning needle to dribble into the slides. That'll take care of it for the most part. If you still have a valve that's kind of noisy like the one I have, here's a cheat that you can do, okay? So you have to turn your valve, your horn around, and then like looking over here, I'm gonna see if I can get real close. You'll see like there's the rotor and all the other stuff. There's a little space right over here where my finger is, and hopefully you can see that. Okay, it's between the valve. You're just going to put the needle right over there if you can see it, in between it. All right, and I'll show you this up close in person in class. But you just put the oil over here, you squeeze a little bit, and that should help that first valve do well. Okay, so that's how you oil your valves. Okay, and I put some oil on there. This is a little less noisy now. And there you go. All right, so I'll see you in class. Have a great day. Bye. All right, guys, so in this video, we're going to learn how to grease our slides, okay? Every brass instrument has slides that do need to be greased, okay? So now, in this video, I'm using a French horn, but I'm also going to just show you like the different slides on the other instruments and how you would oil those, just so that you understand exactly what to do. All right, so here's what you need. You need paper towel. You also need your slide grease. Okay, some of our slide grease comes in a little tiny tub like this. Others come in like a thing that looks like chapstick. Some of them come in a bottle that looks like valve oil, but it's a little thicker. So whatever your slide grease looks like, you just need your slide grease and a paper towel, okay? So here's why you need the paper towel. When you take the slide out, you're gonna wipe off the ends of the slide so that you're not putting like clean slide grease on top of a dirty slide. You're gonna clean off the slide before you put it back in your instrument, all right? So find the slide that you're trying to clean, that you're trying to grease. I'm gonna do my first valve slide. So here's my first valve on the French horn. Before you take the slide out, you have to press your valve down. Okay, the only instrument that wouldn't have to press a valve down to take out a slide would be the trombone, because trombones don't have valves, okay, or at least not a lot of them. All right, so I'm going to press my valve down, pressing my first valve down, and then I'm going to pull the slide out, okay? And you might have to jiggle it out at the very end if it doesn't pull out right away. All right, so now have my valve or my slide out, going to wipe down the slide, okay? So wiping this one down, wiping this down. And you're going to see in a second why it's important to wipe down the slide, okay? So I'm going to bring this really close to the screen. You can see there's a lot of dirt on this paper towel, right? That's the dirt I'm talking about trying not to put back into your instrument, okay? So you wipe off the slide so it's clean, and then what you'll do is you'll put like just a little bit of slide grease on there. And what I'm going to do is put it on the end. So I'm going to put it right over here, move it around, and then I'm going to do the same thing over here. So I got slide grease on both ends, okay? And then after that, what we're gonna do is put the slide grease back on, okay? Now you don't have to put it all up and down the slide because we're gonna let the instrument do that for you, okay? The instrument's gonna be way better at applying it evenly than you ever will be, okay? So you press down the valve, you put the slide back in, and then you just move it up and down so that it moves smoothly, okay? And you can see this slide just moves in and out. And I may put a little bit more on here just to get it to move smooth, but you don't want to put a whole lot because this lasts a long time. And if you see a bunch of the slide grease like catching at the end of the slide, that tells you that you've put on too much, okay? So there you go. This is how you grease your slides. There it is. And basically, if you do this, you'll be able to do the rest of the instrument, okay? So there you go. That's how you grease your slides. Good luck, and I will see you in band class. Bye.